So today I'm going to show you guys how to make a sachet yarn ruffle scarf. You're just going to start with your yarn, kind of unfold it, and then fold it in half and stick your hook through the top 2 loops through both layers, and then do the same thing 2 stitches down. Then you're just going to go through the top loop, every other one, for 4 or 5 stitches. You're going to pull your hook over and pull that loop through all the loops on your hook. It's made your first ruffle. Now you're going to skip a stitch and insert your hook in the first top loop of the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th. Turn your hook over and pull that last loop through all the loops on your hook. You're just going to repeat that process, skipping every other stitch. 1, skip a stitch, 2, skip a stitch, 3, skip a stitch, 4, skip a stitch, 5, skip a stitch, 6, skip a stitch, 7, skip a stitch, 8, skip a stitch, 9, skip a stitch, 10, turn your hook over and pull that last loop through all the loops on your hook. Now, depending on how ruffly you want your scarf and how fat you want it, you can add more loops or less loops. Less loops on your hook is going to make a longer, skinnier scarf. More loops on your hook each time before you pull through is going to make for a fatter ruffle, but a shorter scarf. So here you can see that I'm almost finished with the scarf. I'm still putting 10 loops on my hook and pulling over and going through. Skip a stitch and going 1, skip a stitch, 2, skip a stitch, 3, 4, and so on. And I'm just working in that top row of loops. Just going to pull my hook over and pull through all the loops with that last loop on my hook. And here I'm coming to the end of my yarn, so I'm just going to put loops on the hook every other one until I get to where there's about 2 to 3 inches left of yarn. And I'm going to pull that last loop through the ones that are on my hook. And then with the tail, I'm going to twist and twist and twist, and then yarn over and pull it through that last loop on my hook. With that yarn, you don't need to knot or do anything fancy. You can just pull it through and then fluff it out, and you're done.